I run a business consultancy, helping business owners in the reducing the carbon footprint space with systems implementation and knowing their numbers, just to understand their numbers.
Yeah.
So
okay, very good. Very good. So I'm sure a lot of people on this listening and watching that can relate to that, especially consultants, advisors in the similar situation. So fill us in on, or fill me in on what your situation is in terms of your sales challenge.
Okay. I had a similar sales challenge to the guys, the previous person, but I have another question. You know, coming out of COVID, when we've got, you know, everyone's a little bit uncertain, and their sales are just starting to pick up again. The consumer confidence is starting to pick up again. What would be a really good strategy in terms of, you know, some people expect a bit of a free part or a bit of a kind of, you know, give them extra, or, you know, give them a free part of it, or or you know, a discount because of COVID. What would be a really good strategy in order to keep your prices where you want them?
Well, the question first is your instinct needs to tell you the truth of what their agenda really is. Meaning, if they truly are 1 month away from their mortgage payment, that can't put food on their table, then obviously they financially are having challenges, then maybe you might need some help. And there's some flexibility there with them in terms of the payment plan or whatever. Maybe that's the client you really don't want to have necessarily. But if there's a client who can use your services and is just saying that to you for the purpose of, as you know what, to bring your price down, that's a different scenario, right? Yeah. So if they say to you something like, you know, Georgina, can you discount that fee? What you can say is this. You can say, I really wish I could. I wish I could. The challenge is that there are other people who are also interested in working with me at the moment for a much higher fee. And what I don't want to do is give away the slots they might want at a lower fee. I just don't need to do that anymore, and it's not necessary. So the question for you is, and here's how you go back to them now, is it a priority for you to finally address the issues we've been talking about today? Or is it something you're happy to live with for now and deal with the consequences later? What priority is it for you to finally address this? So I'm moving away from the price objection back into a dialogue again around their problem. And also, here's another one for you too. If they say to you, for instance, they might say your fee is too high, then here's what you can say to that. You can say, you're absolutely right. It can be perceived as high. If you haven't had a chance to work with me to solve your operational issues that are losing you a lot of money right now, from the outside in, you're right. It can be perceived as high. But would you be open to really looking at your situation and building a business case so we can build a justification for this? Would you be open to that? So what I just did there is I diffused, I re-engaged, and by the way, it's true, right? The perception on the outside in is it may be high because they haven't had a chance to actually see your value yet, because they can't experience you until after they're a client, not before they're a client, you know?
That's right.
Is that helpful for you?
Yeah, that is really helpful. Thank you.
Couple
I think a lot of especially in the coaching space at the moment, if I was to coach coaches, they all are expecting free because that's what's been put out there, especially on social media. So if you're marketing on social media, then they're saying, well, okay, some people are offering me 3 days free coaching as a kind of just a lead in, or you know.
So how you differentiate with that is to say, look, a lot of coaches give away their program for free because they devalue that part of the process. For me, it's different. My clients pay for and get the value from me up front from the beginning. It's your choice. I will warn you in advance, though. Sometimes those free options are designed to do one thing: to hook you into the paid program. So the question is this: Do you want to drag yourself through a free program, which you know is set up for a sale? Or do you want to start solving your problem now? It's up to you, by the way. Either way, I'm okay with that.
Nice. Okay.
That's how you separate yourself from everybody else who's doing this free consulting thing, a free coaching thing. And you say, it's up to you. You decide. Take this longer route to solve your problem or a shorter route to solve it. It's up to you. That way, it's not you're selling yourself, but you're giving them the option to decide what they want to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense.
Very good. Great question. Great scenario. I'm sure everyone else out there listening experienced something like this as well. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thanks, Ari.